here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Sawyer. Gets it to Gordon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
2 big runs here to start this game. How about the offensive line? They came out firing. Great leverage, great punch to get this thing started.
And now this unit on the move already. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sawyer. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ball. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Powers through him. And they'll get this down to the 10.
57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Off-play action, Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Oh, able to avoid him. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
One play action. Fields.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Nick Bolton
leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. The Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
2nd and 2.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Now here's Fields on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Justin Fields
keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Sawyer. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. These two teams all tied after 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. To throw is Fields. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Bears! A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A give to Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. Fields.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown!
Darnell Mooney.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
And Gordon's got it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the cult, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future.
Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
53 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Sawyer able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
And they take a knee. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Chicago, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a potentially